So a really common thing that happens in readings is a misunderstanding of what the psychic or medium said or meant, or quite literally people misremember it or hear certain information and then their brain fills in the gaps in between, but it fills them in unfortunately incorrectly. It happens to the best of us, and I see it actually happen a lot with psychics and mediums where they're giving readings and they're giving little, like a reading is here to give you pieces of the puzzle, but it's never going to give you the entire full picture, simply because that is too much information for any one person to know. Like, your head would explode if you were able to download that much information. Okay, so for example, I had a period of time where I always pick up on people that I'm going to meet that are going to be significant for some reason or another, that I'm going to have an impact on, or they're supposed to have an impact on me in one way or another, whether it's one conversation or a lifelong friendship. I never really know for sure what that impact is going to be, because it's kind of part of the surprise and delight of it all. But I kept picking up on this one person. I picked up blonde hair, blue eyes, glasses. I picked up the word Alaska. I picked up fishing, and I picked up Jackson, amongst a bunch of other things. Now, I could have taken any of that information and just said, oh, he must live in Alaska, or he must be named Jack or Jackson. I'm gonna have to watch out for that. Now, I'm really grateful that I know how to not attach meaning or try to figure out my readings too much. I won't say I'm perfect at it. There are times when my head can get the best of me, but the number one thing I see people do in readings is they take information and then they try to fill in the gaps or figure out what it means. Now, I did end up meeting that person, and he ended up becoming one of my pretty good buddies, and I will tell you, everything I got was right, but I had to be careful not to try and interpret it any specific way, because it turns out he did go to Alaska this summer to become a fishing guide, but before he went and worked for a month in Jackson, Wyoming. And so he actually has the blonde hair and the blue eyes, and he wears glasses sometimes, amongst other things that I picked up about him as well. Now, remember, I could have interpreted that as, oh, he's from Alaska. No, he's not from Alaska. He was just going there for a couple months this summer. His name is Jack or Jackson. No, his name's not Jack or Jackson. It doesn't even start with a J. He just has spent a month in Jackson, Wyoming, and in fact spends a lot of summers in Jackson working. So it was really important that I didn't try to overinterpret that information, or I would have gotten it completely wrong. Okay, so when people come into readings, I'll say the number one reason I see readings not come true is not because the medium or psychic said something wrong. It's usually because you guys are making meaning of things that just quite frankly isn't what the psychic or medium said, or isn't the exact meaning of it. So one of the best things you can do is actually ask for clarity or additional detail if it will be given in the reading.